Does that change anything? Unfortunately, there's a delay between me asking and me finding out. So, we hear you. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. My husband changed some settings for me on my OBS streaming setup so that I could record video. And because I didn't notice, because the last time I used this setup was for a recorded video where I was doing a voiceover, so it really didn't matter what the sound was, so I didn't notice that there was none. So I had to set my auxiliary sound to the camera. So now that is set. And so I can go over all the stuff that I started going over earlier while you couldn't hear me at all. Sorry about that. I am starting seeds. I was late starting my earliest crops, which are usually I start peppers really early, like in January or February. I didn't start them until March, and my first sowing of peppers didn't germinate well, so I am late on my peppers. I have since planted peppers, but about 6 weeks before my estimated last frost date, which is pretty late given how short a season I have. Today I'm planting okra and some curcubits. I'm planting this tray, and possibly I might grab a second one. I've got everything in fiber pots, which I don't usually bother with, but okra can be a little bit fussy with transplanting, and to be honest, I haven't had great luck with it thus far, although I know that it's not a climate issue, because other people at my community garden do grow okra successfully. I think I was just a little too keen and started seedlings that were too small too early in the season. Like I transplanted them out too early, and I started them too late based on advice from people in areas with longer seasons who suggest to never transplant okra because it has a taproot. It can be a little bit sensitive about transplanting. On the other hand, we have a really hot summer, but it's short. So I am going to transplant it. I'm just going to use these fiber pots, and I'm going to take my time and be patient and only transplant it out once it is really nice and warm, so that the plants can settle in nicely. So I am starting a few varieties. And I'm starting 2 seeds in each cell. This is Burmese okra, which is a very, very early variety that is known to do well in Canada. I also recently started some of my flowers, and I had saved some seeds from marigolds and calendula, and what's the other thing that I saved? Sorry, I saved marigolds and calendula and sulfur cosmos, and the germination was really good, so I am hopeful that I can extend that success to some of my vegetables. Sorry, I should write on the back. So this is Burmese, and on the back I write okra. This is Kandahar Pendi, which is a landrace okra, so there's some variation. And again, I'm hoping to save seeds from the varieties that I grow and like and that do well in my climate, so that I'll end up with like a you know, a sub variety, a variation that works really well for me, and allows some of these to cross-pollinate. So although I am labeling these, I'm not too terribly concerned if they get mixed up. I think I also have Jing Orange Okra, although I'm not sure if I ran out or if I just put it back into the thing. And that's a really cool looking one. It's maybe not quite as well adapted as these other two, but it looks really nice. So I'm eager to try to get it into my mix. So this is sorry, this is going to be a short stream. I am going to my in-laws in like half an hour for family meal. We haven't gotten together in a while because COVID, but it'd be nice to see them. So yeah, lots of running around today. I will also be starting some of my cucumbers, not all. What else do I need? No, okra would go in here, and I haven't put it away, so I'm gonna go check downstairs and see if I still have the Jing Orange okra, because that would be nice to plant if I could. I started some seeds downstairs a couple weeks ago, and had left them out to mark which I'd used. It's possible that I just don't do it. Ta-da! Yeah, okay. I may have used up the rest of those seeds on the last planting. Well, that would be unfortunate, but that's okay. I probably did use the last of those seeds on the last planting. Well, I'm not super duper impressed with that. I was kind of looking forward to planting a second round of those, but oh well. So they're not in here either. There's whole beans. And unrelated things. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, that's okra then. And then I'm going to use the rest of this tray for some cucumbers. So I've got this quarantine hybrid, which I believe is primarily for pickling cucumbers. Yeah, picklers. So I'm going to plant some of these, and they are parthenocarpic. And early, like this is a 45-day early cucumber, so I can plant it out and it'll almost immediately start fruiting, which is really, really cool because there's always this period right after planting things out where I would like to start harvesting, but it's just a little too early. So again, I'm going to just put 2 in each cell. So most of the seeds I use are heirloom, which basically just means they're inbred. So they, as long as you grow them with the same variety and don't cross-pollinate them with other varieties, you know, if you save seeds, they'll always come up the same because they're inbred, because they're like all of the, you know, all of their genes that control things that we care about are the same. They're cheaper because, of course, you can just save seeds, right? Hybrid varieties are, they're like specific seed breeders who have mixed 2 varieties or more over successive breedings to make seeds that have qualities from both of their parents, but then they don't. If you grow these seeds, like if I save seeds from these, I mean, they'll grow cucumbers for sure, but what kind, like, will they be the same? Maybe not. So I do sometimes get a few hybrids for things where I want something really early and consistent. You can sometimes get that better with some hybrid seeds. There's nothing horrifying about hybrids. Like, I know that a lot of seed sellers really focus on you want only heirloom seeds. I don't really believe in that, but I do grow a lot of heirloom seeds. This is silver slicer. I am going to start at least 1 row of that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to start 1 row of this one and 1 row of another slicer type. And then I might start another thing entirely. Sorry, let me go read some comments. Oh shoot, you're getting an echo. Where are you getting an echo from? turn that off. All of my peppers have failed this year so far. Bought a couple from the nursery to fill the gap, but 8 varieties and so far zilch. So I've always had really good luck with germinating peppers, and I've always started them really early so they end up getting big, but in past years I kind of stunted them early in the season by so I'm going to use this, which is it's technically a melon, but it's grown as a cucumber. I've had great luck with peppers in the past, but the thing is, after germination, I have had a bad habit of overwatering them, which stunts them early on. And they recover from that. But I also was starting them super duper early. So this year I made the decision to start them later and use less water and start them in shallower trays. But I overdid it. So I started them later than I really wanted to. And I started them in shallow trays. I didn't put as much water in, and they just didn't germinate as well. I think I also, the way that I've got my heating mat set up this year, it isn't delivering quite as much heat as it has in the past. So this is technically a melon, but it is grown as a cucumber, so I am putting this in here. I'm going to move these downstairs and then come back. And I'll sort out I don't know what the echo is about. I changed a whole bunch of sound settings, so it's possible that one of them is to blame. But I'm going to look into it more to properly sort that out.
About 15 to 30 minutes.
Sorry.
15 to 30 minutes.
Yep. Oh, and here is tray number 2. So this one is going to contain some more different curcubit type things. Drawing a variety of cucumbers. One of them is Shintokiwa, and then the other one is straight 8. Now, I don't like straight 8s as a, they're not the best cucumber. They have kind of thick skin, and they sometimes get bitter ends, but they grow so well for me in my climate that I keep growing them every year because they're the most reliable cucumber I have. So until I find a different variety that is as productive reliably, I'm going to keep growing them just so that I can, even if everything else fails, I'll always have straight 8s. I've had a few good cucumber years. Last year I had a really bad cucumber year, but usually cucumbers do really, really well. Or at least straight 8s do really, really well. I've had mixed results with some of the others. So I'm still trying to find my ideal cucumber. So this is pretty early still to start cucumbers. I may actually end up starting another batch of cucumbers later. I'm certainly not starting. I have one variety of zucchini that produces in 35 days, and 35 days from now I won't even be able to put it out into the garden. So I'm going to start that one a little later. So at that point I might start some more, like another batch of cucumbers. And I might decide which based on what does well. So after that initial struggle with my peppers, things have been going better. I started another batch a few days ago, and those peppers are already germinating. The tomatoes that I planted with them had excellent germination. Unfortunately, I had planted the last of some of my seeds for some varieties in the previous batch, so I don't have all the different varieties that I might like to have. I'm also going to plant some cucamelons. These are really cute. Jordan doesn't really like them, so I don't ever plant very many, but they're adorable. And I'm a little late on starting these too. So these grow, they look like little watermelons. They taste like little sour cucumbers, but with like a hard skin and a sort of pop to them. Sort of like a little sour candy almost. They're really cute. Kids like them. I always try to have a few. Jordan does not like them. I've been trying to convince him that they're great, but you know, they're a novelty. So I think I'm actually just going to start that because that's one package, and then I still have another package. I might just leave them. Probably fine to actually leave them. So with some of these, I'm starting 2 in each cell because if one doesn't grow, then it doesn't grow. And if 2 grow, then I can snip one off. With these though, they are small enough and their roots are small enough that I can probably just leave them and grow both. Cucamelon, and I'm going to throw another cucamelon in here. Okay, And then the last 2 rows, I think I'm going to do melon and squash. So, throw that back. Melon and squash. Melon. Okay, so what am I gonna do? 80 days. I'm gonna set a midget. Cut overall. Okra. Okay, so here are some melon options. Let's see. Let's start one that's really early and one that's sort of later. So we're gonna try, I am really interested in okra melon, so I'm gonna try that. And again, I'm gonna do another round of these later, so I'm not too terribly concerned with these. But I'm gonna just judge based on, yeah. And I'm only going to do like one of my pumpkin types at this point. No, I'll do 2. So I'm going to do okra. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. But yeah, I have a whole nice big storage shelf, 4 rows of, so each shelf holds 4 of these, and there are 4 shelves that have good lighting on them. So that's my seed starting setup. So I can grow quite a bit, and I've also been playing with starting some stuff outdoors, like winter sowing. In containers outdoors. So, well, yes, it's a melon. Melon. Okay. Okay. Oh, what are we doing? Oops, melon. Okay, well, that can be the same. And I'll just split that up when I go them in their final things, because I also give away seeds. I was meaning to actually sell some seedlings this year, because I've given away the past few years, I've given away a bunch of seedlings, this one says start earlier, that says 80 days. How early is this one? Okay, I'm going to try Minnesota Midget here, and that's going to be my 2 melons that I start right away. And then I'm going to start 2 squashes, I think, or pumpkins. These are little teeny tiny melons. So I will start another round of melons later, but this will keep me in melons for a while. And I guess I don't actually have to start these ones on heat because they're so early. Okay. Midget melon. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is a squash. Oh, watermelon. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to do winter squash. I'm going to do 2 varieties that are Algonquin Pumpkin, which is like a pie pumpkin, but it's native to right here. Developed by First Nations that are local to me. And it's a rare seed type, so I'm excited about it. It apparently makes really good pie. Go with that. Sorry, I am kind of rushing and like barely even checking my chat here. Hope everyone is. Everything is okay. Let me just double check. I feel like I might be way behind on this chat. Oh, sorry, no, it's because I have top chat on. Silly me. Let's live chat. Hi, Stephen. So this is just a really short stream today. I'm actually about to head out to my in-laws in just a little moment. My swabbed our noses. My nose is still itchy. And then, yeah. These, like, the truth is it's often advised to direct seed these things. So the fact that I'm starting them 5 weeks before my last frost is a little bit excessive. But, I really don't like direct seeding. I don't get along with direct seeding. Because I tend to find that, you know what? I will actually grow all of them. Sorry. I don't get along with direct seeding. I tend to find that if I direct seed, I lose track of things, end up spacing things really weirdly. I prefer to transplant whenever I can. So like I will direct seed carrots, and even then I'll try to spread them or something so that they come up quicker. I'll direct seed some salad greens, but pretty much everything I transplant. And partially that is climate, because I'm in a shorter season area, but partially it's not. Chinese tropical pumpkin, because it's supposed to be really tasty. So that is my second batch, and so I think that's about it for my seeds. I'm going to put this down and actually start putting away some stuff in my seed binders. So for those who haven't seen this, I use this photo binder to sort my seeds. That's just a new thing this year because it has such a mess of little seed packets, and this has been amazing and great and really helps with keeping track of things, although I do have to stay on top of setting things away, putting things back away after I use them. Not the best. And also have to come up with a system for tracking what seeds I'm out of. Although in future years I am hoping to save seeds for anything that, or for most things that I would like to grow again, which will definitely help with the keeping track of things problem. The only problem problem with this is sometimes these things slip out of one of the little things, or it's open up at the top, so it will tend to slide out, like things will tend to slide out there. Okay, so I have only done Kajari melons. No, Kajari melons. I did not do Kajari melons, and I haven't tried to press that one block. Or a little bit. Or the other thing that this has made me realize is like just how I kind of love how what a different variety of different brands I've got of seeds. But it is also, you know, it's a little excessive. Just as an indication of like a lot of these would have to come from different orders. I mean, some stores will carry multiple brands, and so some of that is from situations like that. But this is a sweet pepper. Where do I? Tomatoes. Paste tomatoes. Paste tomatoes. Go in here somewhere. Okay. Oh, right, because it's on the other side. There. And then I have, that's what that was for, so I have an extra open sheet here. I still just have my tomatillo, and I just have the one because the other variety I ran out of seeds for. Some basil. So my basil has been doing really well. I started basil at the same time as I started the first round of I can't store that in here. So then the other thing that I've figured out for my seeds, that still needs to be sorted out, is that I am going to store like bulkier seeds. So this is beets, and beans, and runner beans, and corn. All of that is going to go into this different binder. In these sleeves. And I think I actually really have to go now. Yeah, so I think I really have to go, because I have to get myself ready and my dog and whatever. I'm going to my in-laws. So, it was lovely seeing you all. Not seeing, talking. Sorry that I was silent for so much of that. Yeah, have a nice Easter if you celebrate it, or Passover if it falls on the exact same weekend this year, or whatever else you celebrate, or time off if you get time off, or nice work day if you don't.